Hello everyone, it's Benson again from Lingo Journey channel on YouTube. So yeah, I feel a bit random and I just feel like doing a short lesson in Mandarin. Why not? So, I like my whiteboard, so yeah, you have it again. So, yeah. So, Mandarin is the main and official dialect in China. The dialect in Beijing is supposed to be the official version, the official accent. And then Mandarin is 国语, 国语, to help appreciate the language. I will go into the tones and pronunciation more in another lesson. This is kind of just like a taster lesson. So, 国 means country, 国家. 语 is spoken language, 国语, the country spoken language. Wow, when Chinese people talk about it, and obviously it's the national language, 国语, Chinese. And then yeah, it's a bit boring, but the most basic thing you'll learn is obviously how are you. Actually, you say someone hi, and then you say 你好, 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 你 you 好, good, you good. Yeah, it works in some language. You good? 你好, and then if you want to say how are you, you say 你好吗? 你好吗? You good or not? You good or not? Well, you can start as how are you? 你好吗? 你好吗? So then, now you can say I'm fine, I'm good. 我好, 我好, 我好. So now using this construction, you can say I'm good, 我好. You can say 你好. 我好吗? 你好吗? 你好吗 means how are you? 我好吗? Am I fine? It's weird, but just for the sake of learning a language. And then, so for personal pronouns, you've got 我, I, 你, you, 他, he, she, it. There are no genders in the spoken language. Well, with respect to personal pronoun anyway. So, 我, 你, 他, and then so you wonder, so you've learned French or Turkish or Japanese or whatever, and then, well actually not Japanese actually, but there is a, for example, you've got we and you plural and they. How do they work in Chinese? You just add the plural marker in Chinese, you just 们, 们. So, 我, I, 我们, we, 我们, 你们, 他们, 我们, 你们, 他们, 我们, 你们, 他们, we, you plural, they. So if you're addressing a group of people, how would you say how are you all? 你们好吗? And for some mysterious reason, if you are replying in unison, what will you say? 我们好, we are good. If you are inquiring about the well-being of some other group, for some mysterious reason, how would you say? 他们好吗? 他们好吗? And yeah, just for the hell of replying to that answer, no, for the sake of replying to that answer, you say 他们好, 他们好. So ignoring the whiteboard. So the most important way for you to try and record it, 我, 你, 他. I like, I've watched so many videos on YouTube, but I think you just watch it and you forget about it, there's no point. So I think it's actually quite good to try and come up with some mnemonics. So 我, I don't know, whatever. However you somehow appreciate 我 with I. For example, imagine you want to say, I wore a wonderful brand yesterday to some random party. 我 and 你, I don't know. Imagine someone telling someone else, you get down on your knee, 你, 他, not too sure, think of something in that rhymes with 他, don't know, water, yeah, so they are drinking water, he's drinking water. So he's drinking water. 我你他们 wow. The moon, there are many moons. There aren't actually any moons, so it's a bit absurd. So something absurd can be easily remember. So 我你他我们你们他们 how easy to remember. How that actually brings me to actually in Swahili, in Shan, the dialects in one of the youth dialects, you say ni hao. Ni hao is actually ni hao. Ni is actually means is to be. How is comes from English, so ni hao is actually how are you? It's just a bit. I find that quite interesting when I found out about it when I was learning Swahili, and then my friend was telling me about it. So let's go back to Chinese. So 国语. So you can say actually now you can say 国语好. Mandarin is good. 国语好吗 is Mandarin good. Okay, cool. So go back to the whiteboard. Just finish off the latest sentence. 我爱学习多国语言. 我爱学习多国语言. So just not for you to to actually learn the sentence, but just for you to appreciate the language. 我爱 love 学习 to learn 多 is many 国 the same as the 国语 many countries 语言 spoken language 语言 actually not too sure, but 语言 together means language. 我爱学习多国语言 I love learning multiple languages. 我爱学习多国语言. So you can see from these that Chinese Mandarin just similar to well, just as English is a subject verb object language. So and then yeah, the adjective comes before the noun. It's an interesting observation. The way you construct words linguistically is called the morphology. It's quite interesting, I think, linguistically. And yeah, there are basically no tenses, no gender, no, well, no nothing really. So, but for you to express, you have got tones. You've got different tones in Chinese. And then what else? The syntax, the way you arrange words, is very, very important. So, since you need something, right? If you don't have strict rules for certain things, then you need to request strict in something else, and word order is that thing in Chinese. So, I'm repeating this many times. So by now, if you're still watching, you have to remember something. 国语 Mandarin, men, the plural marker. 我你他我你他你好吗 How are you? 你好 Hi. 我好 I'm fine. 我爱学习多国语言. 我爱学习多国语言. I love learning multiple languages. How do you say languages? 语言 How do you say to learn languages? 学习语言 How do you say love? 爱 How do you say I love? 我爱 How do you say I love learning? 我爱学习 How do you say I love learning languages? 我爱学习语言 How do you say many languages? 多国语言 How do you say I love learning many languages? 我爱学习多国语言 Well, this is kind of as much true as you can do, otherwise it gets a bit boring. So obviously now, if you want to say I love you, now you can say that. Well, I'm sure you can work it out. If you've been paying attention to this lesson, then you know how to say it. And then you can also say, do you love me? We can also use a construction here. It's a bit weird, but yeah, why not? But then, yeah, well, I suppose then at some stage you may need to say that. So, yeah, if you want to, if you actually, if you know how to, for the 2 questions I asked you at the end, if you know the answer, you can post it in the box below. Cheers. 再见. That's bye in Mandarin. Bye.